Hey, Mark Weaver here with Rectus Journal 2. As I did on the last one, I'm going to address the questions at the end. First, reference to Chapter 3, which is re-elements that I function in. I would have to say in my creative thinking skills, the whole journal process is something I'm really not enjoying personally. So to kind of get myself into mind frame to do it was a process in and of itself. And while I think I've got a little something better planned for the next one, a little more production value maybe. Just trying to squeeze it in and get it done with something I really don't enjoy. You know, it's been a little bit of process and had to get creative with it. In reference to Chapter 5, how would I use creativity exercises to help the design thinking process? I think as kind of a good way to introduce teams that are working on a project or warm up and to help breed some of that cross-team collaboration. Creativity exercises are a really good idea. And also if a team or an individual is kind of stuck, throwing some different exercises, creativity exercises out there is a good way to open up the thought process, get your mind off what you're doing. Sometimes we get so overcome with what our desired outcome that we just we kind of paper lock, kind of like writer's block. In my thought process, and just I think kind of stepping away, doing something a little different, a little creative, some exercises, and especially if you can go to a different team or kind of mix up the group dynamic a little bit, it helps foster that level of creativity. So which exercise in the book did I enjoy the most? I'm going to go ahead and flip it around here for a second. Boom. It was the scribble wildly, violently, with reckless abandon. It's something I kind of do almost idiosyncratically once in a while. Scrap of paper if I'm kind of bored or kind of thinking through something, I'll just sit there and twirl. And I happen to be flipping through the book one day and had it open on this one because I was trying to figure out when and where to do it, and I just found myself kind of doing my little circular scribble with it, and getting that done. So it kind of, the old when I was a kid, we had something called the spirograph where you can make different designs, and it's kind of what it worked out to be. Which one did I enjoy the least? That was collecting the fruit stickers. Didn't realize there were so many different stickers, and each brand or each store has their own kind of stickers. It was kind of easy to do because we eat a lot of fruit in the house, and but no real enjoyment to that one per se. The one that stretched my creative muscles. I don't see a lot of stamps on mail coming to the house these days. I actually had to search to find some stamps. That's kind of why I took that one, because I went down and collected, ran through our collection of mail on the table and realized there was none with stamps. So I kind of made it a little determination that I was going to find some stamps and get a few in there. And the one with the funniest outcome is a 2-pager. And that was kind of draw a line nonstop. I just think the general design, because I was bound and determined to kind of end it with the line in the center of a swirl, kind of like the old pinwheel looking swirls, and just to kind of get it there, but yet fill up the whole page. The way I had to go, I kind of drew it like some of my old maze books. I used to love doing maze books and the little picture books we could pick up at roadside rest stops when me and my family would travel. So I tried drawing something out like that, but like I said, I was bound and determined to kind of end that line in a center pinwheel swirl. So that was one I thought had the funniest outcome based on how the line kind of drew out. So that's my Rectus journal for this go round, and my intention is to have the next one in early, not late, not on time, but early. Thanks.